Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Vicki Howie of ChakraBoosters.com, the creator of Chakra Boosters Healing Tattoos. And today I'm wearing red because we are going to do 10, count them, 10 R words that help you boost and heal your root chakra. And hopefully by the time you watch this, I may have others in the series. I'm taking the first letter of each chakra and then giving you words that help you boost and heal that chakra. And the reason I'm using this playful game is because when we make learning and transformation playful, it works so much better. It just absorbs into us. So let's play with this. Feel into, if you know root pretty well, what might be the 10 R words that we're going to use here? Feel into that. And if you're new to the root chakra, let me explain that the root chakra is the red and densest chakra. It's your first chakra at the base of your tailbone. It governs your bowels and your legs, everything below your bowels, okay? Your feet, your grounding, your connection to Mother Earth. And it's all about foundational things. Many people call it the survival chakra. If you are in a survival type mode in your life, that will really kick up. If you're not so much, then it's probably handier to think of it as the foundational chakra or the security or safety chakra. It keeps you feeling safe and secure in your life. It also is connected to everything manifest, your money you make. It's connected to your work and to your home base, the first place, right? Home base. And the root is also known as the base chakra, so that fits. So it's also related to your family and your literal roots, your ancestors, right? And connecting to them and using the energies that they bring to you so lovingly. Okay, so that is the root. It's also about organization, simplicity, and nature because it's the earth element, so it's connected to Mother Earth herself. Let's look at now the 10 words I've chosen to help you boost and balance your root chakra that start with R. The first R word for the root chakra is rest. The root chakra is connected to a yogic vayu called apana, A-P-A-N-A. And that is an energy that moves downward. Think about the tree growing its roots downward. Feel into the energy I'm sending right now. Even as I say downward, you might be noticing you're feeling your feet a little bit more. Well, rest is all about going downward into the lower frequencies, letting our body completely relax. When we want to wake up, we go upward. When we want to rest, we go downward. And the root is all about that downward energy. Now, rest is important to be scheduled into your day so that you get enough of it that you can go deeply into REM, another R word. You want to have a REM sleep where you go deep, your eyes will move rapidly, and you're deeper in dream states. You're going deeper, and your body needs that. So are you getting enough eyes shut rest? We're talking about literal sleep here, rest. If you aren't, make sure you get more. Put it right in your schedule, and that will boost your root chakra. Our word number 2 is related. It's relaxation. Now, relaxation, whereas rest you need to schedule into your day in order to get big chunks of delicious sleep for your body. Relaxation is about getting little ways throughout your day to release stressful thoughts or stressful tendencies in the body, like holding your shoulders tight or finding that your abdomen is tight, or it could be anything, right? We all have different areas that we like to hold our stress in. So relaxation is about, maybe throughout the day you might just run your neck. You might do something like that, right? Like I'm gonna just massage my neck or plan a massage into my week. Or I'm going to relax better by having aromatherapy in my office or in my bedroom that brings in lavender or literally frankincense, which actually slows down the breathing, which is very relaxing. What other things might you need? What sounds around you could help you relax? And could you have something, maybe music comes up on your computer or your iWatch or something, and it comes in, and it just, throughout the day, some soft music comes in just to remind you to be more relaxed in the way you approach your life. So there's rest, and then there's relaxation. And our third word is pretty obvious. It is roots. So root chakra, it shouldn't be surprising that dealing with your roots is really important, or being connected to your roots. So you can think of this as root, the verb, as in down into the ground. You can also think of it as, I'm doing nouns on this list actually because the root chakra is all about reference to things, whereas the sacral chakra is more about movement, flow, and process. So for the fun of it, I'm focusing on nouns in this list, and the sacral list is verbs. So the noun here is roots, which relates to your ancestors and your feeling of being closer to them. As you feel closer to them or communicate to them, as you have their pictures around or their mementos around, even if you have antiques that you've bought that you feel close to that maybe didn't come from relatives, but it ties you into this sense of antiquity. So if you like antiques and you feel very close to certain pieces, that too can bring in this feeling of roots, even if it doesn't literally come from your ancestors. And then, what else? Roots. Do a family tree. I gave an image here in the beginning of a family tree where you can just get these stencils online, or not stencils, but empty charts, and then you go in and you put in your relatives' names. And just going down that memory lane of digging and finding out your relatives and your past is a big part of root chakra. So you're really going to boost it by tying to these people in your life. Okay, number 4 is another obvious one. It's what I'm wearing, red. And you can eat red. That's a really good way. Red beets are probably being a root vegetable, the most quintessential food you can have. I'm going to leave the list for you below of foods that will help you heal your root chakra. So you can eat it. You can wear it like I'm doing. You can wear red, and you can also put it around you. I've had red bedspreads ever since I started diving deeply into my root, and I even have red curtains now in Sedona, which I love, just really nice red curtains. So I used to hate the color red. I've learned to really, really love it, and getting close to the color of red is such a simple way to honor the root and to really heal and boost it on a day-to-day basis. Number 5 is related to that word of root. It's routines. So we had roots earlier, and now we have routine. Routine is probably one of the least popular ways to boost the root, and probably one of the most important. As we create schedule and routine, the body likes routine. The body likes homeostasis. The spirit likes change. So you're really giving a nod to your body, to embodiment, which is the root chakra and groundedness, when you give it routine. And routine creates a sense of safety. It makes it easier for the body, so it creates a sense of relaxation, as you know just where you should be. When things are moving all the time, can you feel it makes a spinning type energy when things are changing and moving all the time. But when you know right where they are, and if we leave a tree, we know the next day it's pretty much going to be right where we left it, right? It might grow ever so slightly each day, but its roots are keeping it where it belongs. And that's what you want to do. What kind of routine can you create? Can you at least do maybe 3 days of some strong routine and then take 3 or 4 days off if you're real resistant to routine? Or could you perhaps have 2 things that are scheduled in your day and then have lots of freedom around those? Take it in baby steps. Don't just hammer yourself with an all-day routine for 7 days of the week, right? That's going to be way too much and will probably backfire. But if you can bring routine in little ways that will bring your body more safety, more grounded, more knowing of when things are going to show up and be, that will help a lot in boosting your root chakra. So the next one is 6, ritual. Now, ritual is, I just love, love, love ritual. because ritual brings the upper chakra crown energy to the root energy. So it's taking the spiritual and making it real, making it sometimes repetitive, because rituals will often have, we light the candle, we pull out the stones, we draw an oracle card. Like, you can often incorporate ritual, repetition and routine right into your ritual. And when you have your rituals, can be routine as well too. These very much overlap, you guys. You may have noticed, because you would probably bring in some red too on your altar in a ritual. So what might a root chakra ritual look like? It could be an outdoor thing because of nature and Mother Earth, and you could bang a drum because repetition and those sorts of things are really, drum is such a primal bass sound. Drumming boosts the root chakra. Or you could do an indoor one with an altar, and you could have it be red, and you could light a red candle and have stones there that are black stones and red stones that really ground you. So the sky's the limit. But once you create a ritual, if you repeat it, it's going to be more root chakra. And your body's actually going to appreciate it more and more as it goes along and gets to understand it really well. So we don't need to do new stuff all the time. We can also do rituals where we repeat the same things, and it makes our body really, really happy. Stones and smells. Stones are good in a ritual for the root chakra because the root chakra is earth element. And smells, using some essential oils, are really good because smell is the primary sense for the root chakra. Each chakra is tied to one of our 6 senses. Okay, and I say 6 because, of course, the third eye is tied to our sense of intuition, right, and knowing. Okay, guys, so ritual. You can really bring ritual in, right? Number 7 is remembrance. Probably the quintessential animal for the root chakra is the elephant, because the elephant, they say the elephant never forgets. And Lord Ganesha is very big about the root chakra. Ganesha is an elephant figurehead. So what do you want to, who do you want to remember? You can go back to your roots again. You can also do the antiques thing, which again, just remembering olden times even is going to bring, because the root chakra is the time realm. So when we have antiques and we honor that, it doesn't even need to be relatives. It can be anyone. When you remember your own life and your own past, you're honoring your own personal roots from this life, your beginnings. So remembrance, and even just exercising, remembering things, just practicing memorizing and remembering things is really good, because the root chakra responds to that knowing. You could remember these 10 when we're done here and just commit them to memory, 10 R words, and that would actually be boosting number 7. It would be boosting your root by using remembrance, number 7. Okay, number 8 is responsibility. Responsibility. Responsibility is the buck stops here. Can you feel that? Think of a tree with its roots in the ground. It's not going anywhere. It's this fatherly protective energy of, I'm here, the buck stops here, I will guard the homestead. It's not going out to fight. It's not warrior energy. That's the solar plexus. But it is the buck stops here. I will take responsibility. So take more responsibility, practice the I rather than the you. Again, they always say, you know, when you're pointing a finger at someone, you've got 3 fingers pointing back at yourself. Hopefully you can do either one of those only in love, only in like showing something to yourself. So let that be that you can take responsibility. Yes, I am responsible. I'm doing it. I'm standing up for it. Standing for something is another root chakra idea. Standing for it. Okay, guys, responsibility. Watch excuses. That's a great way to know whether you're taking responsibility. If there's a tendency to constantly say, well, this happened because la, la, la. If there's a lot of excuses, it's likely you're not taking responsibility, and just owning it will boost your root chakra. I know it can be hard to own it, and it will be helpful. So you have a positive reason to do so. All right, guys, the next one is number 9. And it is repetition. I mentioned it, I think, when I was talking about the drumming. Repetition, the metronome, consistent repetition, which would be like the schedule again, right? Is the domain of the root chakra. Boom, 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 boom. It's got this metronome quality. We want to count on it. So repeating something also, not only does it let us count on it, but it ingrains it in the body, because the root chakra is the domain of the body, not the domain, the spirit in the body. So root chakra is spirit. It's the densest form of spirit, the most embodied form of spirit. And it likes repetition. So teach yourself anything in the upper chakras, and sometimes you can have an aha around a metaphor and you can go, oh, I've learned that. Whereas the body itself, direct embodiment, needs repetition to create something called mastery. Eventually something becomes like unconscious in a positive way. So we start unconscious about something, but then we become conscious about it. We start working on it, and we go through an awkward stage of working on it, and we repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And then one day it just soaks into who we are, and it becomes, the repeating makes it just so it is. We've mastered it. It's just at our fingertips. You know, you write so much with your right hand that it's super easy if you're right-handed to write with your right hand, but you don't write very much with your left hand if you're right-handed. So it's really hard to write with your left hand. And yes, there's a tendency to do one or the other, but beyond that, practice also makes a big difference. For a while, I playfully started to practice writing with my left hand just for the heck of it, and I was surprised how fast it was getting better. I didn't stay with it beyond a certain degree, so I'm still a right-handed person. I see myself that way, but it's cool how quickly it was changing. So repetition is how your body learns, and it's how you master something, how you get it into the unconscious as your new norm. And then when you take repetition and you combine it with responsibility, you get this next one, our 10th word, reliability, right? Because if you're a responsible person and you repeatedly are responsible, you repeatedly show up on time, you repeatedly are there and taking responsibility, then you are reliable. So these 3 feed into each other. And being reliable isn't just good for other people, being reliable so people see that they can count on you, but it's good for you to see yourself doing this. If we are not finishing things at all, notice that. If you're like, I start things and I don't finish them, finish something to the end. Continue that reliability so your body knows you mean business. Reliable has such an essence of the root chakra, because when we can rely on something or someone, we feel safer. Pretty much all of these things help us create safety. They really do. Let's go through one more time. We have rest, number 1, and number 2, we have relaxation. Roots is number 3. We have 4 is red, and 5 is routine. We also have ritual, remembrance, responsibility, repetition, and reliability. Can you feel those, you guys? And if there's any R words that you were thinking of that you feel strong about that I haven't brought up, please share them with the tribe. That'll be a lot of fun. I had a couple other possibilities, but I really thought 10 was plenty, because with the root chakra, we want to keep things simple, and anything over 10 feels like it would have been too much. So I hope you've enjoyed these, and you'll watch the other videos of this series to playfully guess and work with the other S words, H words, T words, R words, because I'm using the first the first word in each chakra to create the list. That's it for right now, you guys. May you continue to ground. I know from your responses that the root chakra is really important in our Chakra Boosters family. So let's all do this together and playfully boost our collective root. Have a beautiful, grounded week. Blessings.